everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queenahmadiyyahshakur TV show. I'm your host, Queenahmadiyyahshakur. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time I go live. Okay, so let's get ready to get black into it. Okay, a likes up. Everyone, please remember to like and share. Okay, so this woman on the scene or on the screen, she's charged with killing her stepson by stuffing packed together baby wipes down his throat. How heinous and depraved is that? And this is Chelsea Cooley, by the way, who's in the Bedford County Jail at this point. She's from Pennsylvania. She's now behind bars this week for allegedly killing a 3-year-old child who choked to death on baby wipes. Chelsea R. Cooley, age 31, was taken into custody on Monday and charged with several felonies in connection with the child's death, including criminal homicide, strangulation, and aggravated assault of a victim less than 6 years old. According to police, emergency medical services personnel on the evening of May the 28th responded to a 911 call concerning a young boy who was not breathing at the home on East 1st Street. Now, upon arriving at the scene, first responders transported the child to UPMC Bedford Hospital for medical treatment. Now, troopers with Pennsylvania State Police in Bedford, at approximately 9:16 p.m. that evening, they responded to the home and the hospital after it was reported that the child had choked on baby wipes. Now, after arriving at UPMC Bedford, the child was subsequently airlifted to UPMC Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. Now, the child succumbed to his injuries, unfortunately, and was pronounced dead at approximately 4 p.m. on May the 29th. Also sad. Poor little child. Poor little child. 3 years old. And this wasn't her child. Pay attention. This was her boyfriend or husband's child because she's the stepmother or was. So a medical examiner performed an autopsy and determined that the child's manner of death was homicide and that the cause of death was manual strangulation and asphyxiation due to airway obstruction, per the police report. Now, a copy of the arrest report was obtained, and it provided additional disturbing information about the circumstances of the 3-year-old's death. Per the report, Cooley placed the initial 911 call and told the emergency dispatcher that the boy was cold to touch and that he was not breathing and had something lodged in his throat. The call was allegedly placed at approximately 25 minutes after Cooley was found. Placed allegedly 26 minutes after Cooley found the victim in such dire straits. Okay, so she's saying that she found him 25 minutes afterwards. Now, in an interview with investigators at the hospital that evening, they reported that Cooley emphasized repeatedly that the boy, whom she reportedly referred to as her stepson, had behavioral issues. She allegedly said that he had thrown a temper tantrum and refused to eat his lunch earlier that day. She allegedly claimed that she put the boy down to sleep in his room at approximately 7:30 p.m. and then checked on him at approximately an hour later. She said the boy stopped breathing and had something stuck in his throat, which appeared to be a wet wipe. So she didn't try to take it out. No, of course she didn't, because she's the one who shoved it down there, and I'm quite sure there was more than one. And then this child is dead. Why is she sitting there doing a police interview, being interrogated, and all she's talking about is how bad the little child was? He's 3. How else are they going to act when they're that age? They're going to run around and get stuff and do things. And they're clearly going to get on people's nerves. You don't kill them. Now, and this is what I talk about when I say people snitch on themselves without actually snitching on themselves. And if you listen to the words that they're saying and listen to the background, you'll hear the truth. And she's basically saying she killed this kid because he was annoying her and getting on her last nerve. That's what she really just said without saying, as far as I'm concerned. At least that's what I heard. But let me continue. And so authorities said, however, that the only wet wipes in the home were stored in the bathroom, not in the boy's bedroom. Now, EMS personnel reportedly clarified that medics had to remove 4 wet wipes from the victim's throat, several of which were reportedly soiled with blood. Oh, my goodness. This is so sad, honey. She shoved that down the child's mouth to shut him up. I will guarantee you, and to kill him, of course. But initially, she was angry because he was making noise. Now, noting he's probably crying, screaming, or whatever, she says he threw a tantrum. Now, noting that the 4 wipes were tightly packed together, a medic reportedly told investigators that he did not believe that the child would have done this or been able to do this and put the wipes down his own throat. Okay? She is so stupid, honey. Please throw the book at this fool. Darn demon. Now, the victim reportedly also showed signs of petechia on his neck, which are spots that appear as a result of bleeding. and extensive bruising on his chest and neck. Medics also reportedly found feces on one of the victim's hands, but noted that he was wearing a clean diaper. What did she do to this child? How did he get feces on his hand if he was wearing a clean diaper? Did she stick this child's head in the toilet? This is all so sick. Now, in a follow-up interview on May the 29th, Cooler reportedly again reiterated that the victim had been acting out, allegedly telling police that he needed to be put in a group home. A 3-year-old in a group, this lady, oh my goodness, I cannot, this lady is the devil. Now, when asked about why she took as long as she did to call for help after finding the boy not breathing, Cooley allegedly said that her phone was acting up. So you didn't run out of the house and go to the neighbors and beg in the streets anyone to call 911? How did she kill this child? The interviewing trooper reportedly noted that Cooley had sustained what appeared to be bite marks on her hands. Investigators went on to discover a photograph of Cooley allegedly sent to the boy's father on the night the child sustained his fatal injuries. The photo was time-stamped at 8:41 p.m. and reportedly showed the boy lying on the bathroom floor with visible marks around his neck and mouth. So the father didn't call the police when she sent him back? Investigators searched Cooley's home and said they found a number of baby wipes that were allegedly covered in feces and others covered in blood. This is also darn nasty. Let me tell y'all something. Now, they said the ones they put out of that child's mouth were also covered in blood. And then there was some in the house that had feces on his hand. Had feces. Did this nasty dog demon take that child in there while she was on her cycle and use that to put down his throat, make him stick his hands into it? I'm just trying to figure out, where's this feces coming from on his hands? And why are they specifying that it was on some of those wipes and that there was blood on them and it was blood on the one in his throat? This is also disgusting. This don't tell her what kind of sick, vile, vulgar, depraved action she's did to this poor child before he died. This is all so deplorable. Oh my goodness, I am going to throw up, literally. So a neighbor reportedly told police that on the night of the incident, she heard a woman repeatedly yelling, "Shut up!" The child's father, who was working the night shift at 4 p.m. to 4 a.m., reportedly told investigators that Cooley had grown frustrated with his son's behavior that evening. Cooley appeared before Magistrate Judge Tanya M. Osman on Monday evening and was denied bond. Good. Let her sit in there. She is currently being held in the Bedford County Prison as she awaits her preliminary hearing at 9 a.m. on June the 8th before the District Court Judge Kathy S. Calhoun. Cooley is facing also one count of endangering the welfare of a child, reckless endangerment, aggravated assault, causing extreme bodily injury, and simple assault. I feel so sorry for this poor child. He didn't even have a chance. And, you know, here's the thing. I don't think she just got up one day and started acting like this. I think she's always been acting this way. She probably doesn't even like that child because he wasn't hers. And then the father had to have known something, as far as I'm concerned. Because you mean to tell me you're at work, she sends you a text of your child laying in the bathroom on the floor. Now, even if you didn't know he was dead, you should have known at least that he shouldn't be lying on the floor in the bathroom, stretched out. He probably knew she was doing stuff to this kid. And the child had bruises on his neck and back and area and all that stuff. So clearly the father knew something. I mean, he had to have seen those bruises. He should be locked up too. Why isn't he in jail? I'm just curious. Anyway, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time Queen Goddess goes live.